Recognize that tune, and you know it's time for Relics Radio. This is a family-friendly show, so the entire family can join us as we talk metal detecting and relic hunting. You can call into the show at 270-495-0315 or join in the chat and post any comments or questions you might have, and we'll get to as many of them as we can. You're listening to Relics Radio of Southern Kentucky and Middle Tennessee. And you are live, July the 26th, 2018. You are listening to Relics Radio live from Southern. Well, I tell you what, we're all in the South here tonight. We are going to be in Georgia. We're going to be in Alabama. We're going to be in Tennessee, and we're going to be in Kentucky. And I tell you what, folks, if y'all are not saying y'all by the time you get to the end of this show, you hadn't listened, because you're fixing to get a heavy dose of redneck tonight as we talk about the Pre-Chattanooga Show that's coming up this Saturday and Sunday. And I am digging with Seven, and I'm with Relics Radio.
And I'm Tennessee Jeff, and I'm the co-host of Relics Radio. So how about it, Seven? You've been out this week?
No, not really. I tell you what, I've got so much to do. You know, whenever I started all this, I started it so I could detect. And then, started a YouTube channel and said that I'd do a video every week, and then started a radio show and said I'd do it every week, and then started history clips. And so I barely got time to eat and take a nap in between all of that now.
Well, buddy, I can tell you've got a couple more gray hairs. I seen you a few days ago. Yeah, I can tell you had a few more gray hairs.
I do. So. It's kind of overwhelming right now. Of course, it's summer too, and you kind of got to pick your times. We can't hunt certain spots, and we can't hunt right out in the sun. And it's just a mess. Go ahead.
I've got the yard mode out there at the bait place, and then I've got some of the field mode. So whenever we can go, we're ready to go. So we can make a couple of videos out there.
Well, that's good. I threw something together this week that is not metal detecting related. It's prospecting related. So get me through one more week anyway. But we're going to be able to do a video this weekend because we are going to the Chattanooga Relic Show actually it is in East Ridge, Tennessee at Camp Jordan Arena. And we should be able to get us a good video out of that.
Oh, we should. Oh, yeah, we'll have a great video out of that. This is going to be my first Relic show I've ever been to. I've never been to a Relic show.
I haven't either. I've been to some gun shows and things like that, but I've never been to a Relic show. And I'm looking forward to it. And then we got some, a whole bunch of us going to get together with American Digger Magazine, Relic Roundup, and we'll have Butch on here in a minute. Believe it or not, Butch is eating. Wide pride.
Yeah, what was it? He said he'd be late because he just got his food.
He just got his food, so he'll be calling in here in a little bit. But we do have Heath and Scott on with us tonight. How about it, guys?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for letting us come on and hang out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you guys looking forward to this Saturday as much as I am and me and Jeff?
Man, I'm always looking forward to going to the Relic show. I don't know if Scott's been to one either. Scott, have you been to one or not? I can't remember.
I have not been to a Relic show. We were supposed to go to Butch's show down in South Carolina in January,
A year ago.
I think it was a year. Yeah, a year ago, and it came at one of those rare snowstorms in the area. So we decided to bow out at the last minute.
Well, they had snow at the spring one too, didn't they? Where was that at?
Yes,
South Carolina.
It was South Carolina as well. And this one I actually made it to this time, and it was pretty rough. Scott didn't go with that one with me to that one. But I'll tell you what,
guys, if you like snow, you need to attend one of Butch's shows. And this weekend,
that's right.
I'm checking the weather right now.
I'm hoping it will snow, because that means we may get out and relic hunt. So
that's exactly right. I will pay for snow. I'll just tell you.
Hey, if y'all hadn't been to a relic show, though, y'all need to go. This is so fun, guys. Listen, find some of those relics you think you got something, and bring it with you. Like the things that you can't quite get identified, I'm serious. Bring it with you. You will be shocked, and you'll be scratching your head like, man, how did somebody know that? And because some of these guys aren't on Facebook or any of these groups. Some of these, people that really have a lot of knowledge, and you'd be surprised what you can get identified there.
Heath, I wonder if I should bring that Crodal bell that I have.
We got that identified, but
it's identified, but I mean, it's, there's some question as to whether or not it's Spanish, or if it's, I mean, we know it's English, but there's some question as to whether or not the Spanish used it as well. There were only a certain number of Crodal bell manufacturers in Europe probably at the time. So I'd like to get that information.
I don't know if that knowledge base will be there, but you might have to go to a relic show in Europe for that one. But Civil War stuff, I guarantee you.
I'm totally with it. Is Butch going to have a European relic show? I'm there.
Yeah, me too.
We're going to twist his arm.
And speaking of,
maybe you'll find somebody that really, really wants that Crodal bell.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
And speaking of Wide Pride, I guess he got finished eating. Are you there, Butch?
First time caller, long time listener. Wide Pride, baby. I just been doing a number on Wide Pride courtesy of the local Mexican restaurant. So if you come into our show this weekend, don't bother eating there because I ate it all.
I can believe that. We were just saying that we are looking so forward to this show, and I know that you are. It's going to be a big one, isn't it?
It is going to be a very, very big show. It is truly a big deal. So far, and they're still coming in, but so far we have almost 230 tables from vendors. And we just took a trip over to the show hall tonight to look at it. It is a huge facility. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of aisle room, which is good because there's going to be a lot of people through the door.
Yeah.
In fact, I tell you, well, I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there, Lloyd.
No, go ahead.
Well, we were in the town of Ringgold here. There is a banner stretched completely across the street. I'm talking about from one side of the walk to the other sidewalk that is announcing this Civil War show. So the whole town's behind it as well.
Man,
and that's awesome in these days.
Isn't the mayor going to have a table himself?
Yes, he is. The mayor actually runs tours. I believe it's at Chickamauga. It's Civil War tours, and on the train. And he actually runs the museum, I believe. So he will have a table set up there, telling about the rides at Chickamauga, the train rides. And I've been on one of those before, and let me tell you, that's like going back to the days of the Civil War when you're on one of those trains touring the battlefields.
Man, Lord, we may have to do that while we're there, man. That sounds great.
Hey,
yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Jeff. The cool thing about it too is we have tons of prizes this weekend. In fact, we have 3 or 4 metal detectors being given away. But one of the prizes that's going to be given away several times is a tour package for that railroad that he's donated.
Oh man.
That sounds cool.
So
right
you
there.
never know. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Hey, Heath, I just had this visual, you and Scott, of that banner saying Wide Pride.
But did say it stretched all the way across the road.
Well, now Scott's a skinny boy.
Heath, this banner is big enough to put my picture and your picture both on it.
Well, now that's a banner.
That's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal.
That is a banner
kind
right there.
of a big deal, man.
And we haven't said anything, but we're all going to do live broadcast from the Camp Jordan Arena there during the show on Saturday, correct?
You bet your bippy you are, man. We're going to have live broadcast from, of course, your show and, of course, History Seekers with Heath and, of course, the American Diggers Relic Roundup. We're going to have all three broadcasts there. And as well, if that's not enough, if you, for some reason, don't want to listen to the podcast, and shame on you if you don't. It supports our hobby.
That's blasphemy.
But, there's going to be that's blasphemy, man. There's going to be one of the local radio stations, or actually one of the radio stations from Chattanooga, is going to be doing a live broadcast from the show hall from 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock on Saturday.
Hey, Scott, we can hijack that, can't we?
I think we
can.
can.
That's why I'm giving you this information for, Lloyd.
Mark Hoover asked, what time will our podcast broadcast be?
What's that?
What time will our broadcast be?
We ain't set a time yet, but me and Lloyd were talking about maybe around 10 or so. Just kind of depends. Make sure me and Scott get there with traffic and everything.
Yeah,
I'm sometimes fashionably late.
And they're an hour ahead of us. We're on Central Time.
Oh, that's right. So we got to...
Yeah.
Oh, Scott, you heard that, didn't you?
You guys are...
So it may be 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll be broadcasting at 10 Central.
Okay.
Our goal is to have it up before... Our goal is to have it up before lunch. All right?
Yeah.
Look, it's always
I take long lunches.
You know?
Our goal is to have it up before the show closes, at least.
That's right. Because they're, depending on technical, but we gotta get up there and test the internet. Hope that works. I mean, this is gonna be. Y'all bear with us. It should be good. If we can get this off the ground, it'll be a lot of fun.
Hey guys,
it's a learning experience.
We've got a call that has come in 1003. Who we got?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Britton.
Hey, Britton.
Hello, Britton.
Hey, Britton.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
We got
Britton will be at the show too. Everybody, that's the videographer for us. Him and Riley both are videographers for American Digger Magazine, and you guys are going to have your table set up for your YouTube channels, and as well one set up for American Diggers YouTube channel.
American Diggers.
If you're into YouTube, you got to stop by and see them too.
Oh, definitely. It should be a lot of fun.
I believe it is. It's going to be great, man. It's
awesome.
We're looking at a lot of people coming through this, and I don't know. We're real excited. This is a first-year show, and when you do a show for the first year, you got to get word out amongst the dealers. You got to convince them you're worth coming to. Blah blah blah. And most shows, if they can get 100 tables on the first year, they consider that a success, and we've already doubled that, beyond doubled it. So.
And one thing that I'm looking forward to in this, and I'm sure that y'all are as well, is we know a lot of people that are in the business, either in YouTube or podcast or what have you, that we've never met face to face. Me and Scott have never met. Me and Heath have never met. Me and Britton have never met, or Riley. And I'm looking so forward to meeting guys that are in the business with us, that we're kind of, long distance partners with there. But also all the people that support us and listen to us and watch our videos.
Oh, for sure. I've seen your videos, digging with Seven. They've been really, really, really great. Y'all have had some great success up where you're hunting. I really like some of the Civil War videos y'all put out. All the relics y'all find. It's really, really good stuff. So
we really appreciate that.
Yeah, we watch you guys' stuff too. Y'all have great channels and you do a great job with it. There's no doubt. And looking forward to what videos that y'all do there at the show. It's going to be big, I tell you.
Yeah,
it is, man. It is. And I know you guys probably will, and I know that Britton and Riley also are probably going to be doing off and on some live on Facebook broadcast from there as well. So folks watch Facebook.
Oh, definitely. For sure. And hopefully that'll attract more people to be coming in. I mean, there's just such a big space there. And with the amount of tables we have, I mean, it's going to be the event of the week in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Absolutely. It's really causing a lot of stir around here. Somebody saw the sign on the side of the vehicle that says American Digger Magazine. The first thing they asked me, "Are you guys doing the Civil War show?" We're like, "Yes, we are." So there'll be a lot of interest up here.
Hey, Butch.
Definitely a lot of new subscribers to the magazine, too.
Hey, Butch, Britton don't know. He don't know our policy, but he's called in, and the first time that you call in, you're automatically registered as a guest on a later show. So we've got you booked for August the 9th now, Britton, on a Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
And Britton fell for it.
Thank you, Britton.
Hey,
guys,
you know what?
Go ahead, Britton.
I said, well, hey, sometimes, unexpected surprises are the good ones. So there we go.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. Been aiming to get in touch with you and everything. But seriously, we will have you August the 9th. I'll just go ahead and pencil you in. And we'll get to meet you before we have you on the show. So
that's the first, isn't it?
Yeah.
More listeners or less listeners having these surprise guests where the guests don't even know they're on until they call?
I don't know. I don't know. But now we did that to Butch. He called in, and then we scheduled him. And then also somebody called in on to Heath and Scott. And what'd y'all do to him, Scott?
We made them the automatic guest that night.
That's right.
Made them,
drafted them right into service.
Even better.
Made them stay the whole night. Hey, guys.
We'll draft you into service.
Yeah, before we get too far in, and want everybody to hang on, Britton, want you to stay all night with us, if you will. But there's going to be another table there that's going to be an interesting table. And that is detectees.com that has done shirts for each of our shows. They're going to have a table, correct, Butch?
Yes, they are. And I tell you what, they do some excellent work. Absolutely. Aren't they the ones that are behind the Wide Pride T-shirts?
They are.
Yes, they are.
And that
Well,
is
if you're the right size, you might can even get one of those. But let me tell you, that's not for little people.
Well, I don't know. They can adapt. You could be a wide pride
I wish Riley
yeah, a wide pride in training. But that's a good segue because we've got an ad for them, and we're going to run that ad right now, and then we will be right back.
Hey, Seven, we's looking good in our new Relics Radio T-shirts.
Yeah. Ken and Mark Guthrie of Detectees.com done brung them to us.
Yep. And they makes other shirts, too.
Yeah, boy. Detectees.com can handle tees for your club, hunt, or any other promotion folks may have.
Uh-huh. They even got the Wide Pride shirts.
Yeah, them boys does the manatee crawl.
Yeah, scooting on their bellies.
That's what I said. The manatee crawl.
Looks like slugs eating jelly.
Uh-huh. So whether you hunt horizontal or vertical, tell the folks where they need to go, TJ.
www.detectees.com.
Uh-huh.
That was
I could coach you for that one.
that was amazing
right there.
That was amazing.
Was it amazing? I tell you what, guys, that ad came to me at 2 o'clock in the morning while I was asleep. I don't know why. And the text part of it is. But Plugmaster Ford, Jeff Ford, is the voice behind all of those. And he's out of Seymour, Missouri. And we're going to give Jeff a T-shirt tonight. And he has his choice whether he wants a Relics Radio shirt, a Wide Pride, or a History Seekers, and he'll just have to get with us and let us know that. And later in the show, we're going to give away one more shirt, and you guys can come up with something on that. But I thought that was hilarious.
Hey, Lloyd?
Yeah.
Lloyd?
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt you, but, we've already got such a strange thing going on right now with three hosts, and and me on there, and Britton on there. Let's throw somebody else in the mix. I have our show partner and also president of the FMDAC and columnist for American Digger magazine, Mark Schulzer, is sitting here with me. Say hi, Mark.
Put him
hi,
on.
Mark. There he is. I'm here.
Hey, Mark.
He has to introduce himself. He has to introduce himself as Mark's here.
Mark's here.
There's a story behind that, but
yeah,
I
there he
is.
It.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have a good. Y'all are looking to have a good show, aren't you, Mark?
Oh, we certainly are. It's looking better every minute. We even got a banner hanging up over the road, the main road.
That's what Butch was saying.
Deal.
He said it was a pretty big sign, too. He said he could fit his face and the Heath's on there, too.
Yeah, probably. With just a little left over.
Just enough for Mark's picture.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Well, he's a skinny boy, though, so.
He is. We got to come up with a slogan for the skinny boys.
Hey, I'm starting to get a gut on me.
He's hanging around
string bean diggers.
There you go, Brett.
Yell to something there, Jeff.
I like that.
Hey, we may have to come up with something like that, and we'll have to turn sideways to get wet in the rain when you're out detecting in the rain or something like that.
I'm wide pride in transition.
Yes, you are, and you are learning fast. Young grasshopper, you eat faster, you get big.
He identifies as wide pride. How about that?
There you go. How about that?
He does. He's close enough.
That'll work. I was going through the archives earlier and listening to the show. I was selling ice to the hippies, and then Seven said something about he wasn't big enough. All he could use was an extra large. Now, Seven, you're catching up, buddy. That extra large is getting a little small on you.
Well,
I remember extra larges. You remember extra large back when we was young boys?
I think I was in the police academy when I could wear an extra large. That's been many moons ago.
And we don't think we got
very,
small.
very long time ago. No. I about forgot about it. I could wear an extra large.
Another celebrity that's going to be here this weekend is, she's going to be here Saturday because she's not going to be able to make it Sunday, but that would be Miss Emily Copeland, a.k.a. Little Dirt Digger. And let me tell you, I believe she's 6 years old. She might have turned 7 now. She's been hunting about 3 years. I've actually gone out hunting with her twice, with her and her dad. And the little girl actually does her own digging. She does her own finding. And the last time we went out, I found one bullet and she found 2. So there you go. She's going to be there signing autographs and giving little prizes away and all kinds of cool stuff too.
And I'll tell you a little tidbit about Miss Emily too. She was the first person to own a Relics Radio T-shirt, thanks to Woody.
Really?
Woody Jones wanted on our show, and he said he wanted to give it to a kid, and so Barb suggested that we give that to Emily, and we did, and so she is notorious for owning the first Relics Radio T-shirt. And let me tell you something else.
That's a relic in itself.
That's right. Go and check her.
Yeah, it is.
Go check her YouTube channel out. I checked it this afternoon. She has 356 subscriptions or subscribers, and I put the link in the chat. Go to her channel and sub her channel, and let's support these young people in the hobby.
Absolutely. That is our future. We're not going to be around forever. Well, I'm planning on being around a while, but, we got to look out for the future of this hobby. That's why I really love seeing the young people getting into it. And that's one of the exciting things. Huh?
Yeah, well, Butch and Heath are the ones that kind of got me, staying into really relic hunting, and I just kind of took off from there and learned my own research, and I really learned all the stuff that I know today from them. So
from Heath,
you're breaking up there on my end.
Yeah, you were breaking.
Butch, he was saying that he was saying that he learned that Britain kind of got into relic hunting and learned from me and you. We kind of taught him about relic hunting and stuff. Makes me feel old.
Britain, we can't apologize enough for the change we put about in your life. You're one of us now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you talk about somebody. Mark leaving. Mark, we have lost Mark, which is kind of scary because he wasn't on a phone. But
Hey,
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, Mark.
see you, Mark.
Oh my God.
Hey, Butch, what I was telling everybody before you joined in, if anybody has never been to a Relic show, and I know Scott hasn't, and Loy and Jeff hasn't, it is not only is it a great place to get resources like books and maps, and I mean relics too, if you want to buy your relics, but it's a great place to network and identify. I take stuff that I kind of got an idea of something good. And you would be shocked at the stuff that you can get identified there with some of the knowledge and the people that are not
identified.
And the people that are not on Facebook and social media that have so much knowledge that just aren't on social media that sometimes we forget about, and those are the guys that sometimes know the most.
Right. You're exactly right, Heath, because a lot of the guys that seem to know the most about this hobby now people like Riley and Britton have learned a whole lot. They're good at ID and stuff too. But you get a lot of people who, I mean, they were metal detecting back in the 60s and some of them even the early 60s. There's one guy that's going to be probably up here this weekend that started in the 50s. And these guys have seen it all, and these are the people that I ask when I don't know what something is. And Charlie Harris, who does our RD column, he takes stuff to shows and takes pictures too, because one person can't know it all. But you get a lot of these old timers that have been in it that long, they don't even know what Facebook is, but they do have the answers.
Well,
so
and
you really
and
owe
I
it to yourself to come to one of these.
And that nose cap that I found, that Cooking Brother nose cap that nobody knows what it was because they're just not dug anymore. And that's were at a show when I sent you that. That's part of how y'all got it identified.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, well, that's right.
You had an idea.
Serial numbers. I saw serial numbers. How much? That's something special. But that's how we verified that. And it wasn't. I don't know if anybody properly identified it on Facebook. I know a lot of people tried, but we got the final answer from an in-person talk at a show.
Yeah, well, everybody thought it was an infield. I'm going to bring that tomorrow too, to let some people see that in person because it's so rare. Nobody's hardly got it dug.
Very rare.
Yeah,
I'm going to wear my CSA plate as my actual belt buckle to hold my pants up.
That's Scott.
Scott, I'm going to get on you for that.
What a snob! What a relic snob!
Yeah,
how
show
many
off.
People we got? Scott's here too.
We got everybody.
Yes,
we got everybody but Jeff Lupert.
Well, why don't we bring Anita on too?
I'm on.
Anita.
You got her phone.
Hello, Anita.
Hey, Anita.
Hey, Miss Anita.
How are y'all?
We're good. We can't get you on, Anita. He's got your phone.
I know. Mark and I traded places.
I hope the battery's charged.
What happens in Ringgold stays in Ringgold.
Well, see, I can see myself going to a Civil War show, and I'll see this, I'll see that, and the next thing I know, I'm going, Lloyd, can I borrow a little bit of money? I've
That's right.
drained my bank account. So
well, it's all an investment. Forget that forget that you need your rent money. You can eat anytime, but this is relics for sale, man. You can't have enough relics or metal detecting equipment.
Bring your checkbook.
Bring your checkbook.
And the books.
Bring your mama's charge card. We don't care.
How many
I think I went in with a budget. On the last one at the Marietta one that I went to, and I ended up buying a sword. And Butch was there with me when I bought my first sword, it was a cavalry sword. And
I egged him on. I egged him on. I'm responsible.
He's a
How'd
bad
that budget work out for you?
Yeah.
Oh well, it was good. Well, I was iffy on it. I was like, come on, I can't. And he's like, you need to buy this. You need to buy this ASAP. And I'm like, all right, come on. And then I paid for it. And he was like, we're gonna buy you a stand for it too. And the best stand to buy for it. And now it's up in my room hanging proud.
I didn't want to put that much money into a sword, but I wanted to see somebody do it. That's
a good one, Butch. That's a good one.
Hey, talking about
one day, years and years and years from now, Britton he'll be up in his years. He'll be a senior citizen. And all of his kids and grandkids will look up to him, and he'll show them this big room of Civil War artifacts and say, there's no money coming, but all this is yours. And that's when they'll end his life.
And they'll be spending it on video games or some new thing.
That's right.
That's right.
Belt buckles.
Or the new metal detector.
A good buddy of mine, Rusty Curry, he was talking about one of his relatives had a big collection. And then, of course, unfortunately, he passed away. And then he was telling me that as soon as his family got it, I mean, it was sold for pennies on the dollar. So
that's right. It happens. It's
wow.
It's a sad thing. Not everybody appreciates it like we do. Even members of your own family don't.
I don't know what my kids and grandkids are going to do with all my 12 Georgia buttons.
That's a good one.
I was going to say, I've already been talking to him, Lloyd, but I better not say that.
Hey,
we have too good a time here. Yes, sir.
How many Relic shows has American Digger magazine put on?
Okay, we put on the Chattanooga Show, which is every January, and we're putting on, Charleston, which is this one. Dang it. Tell them about it, Anita. Damn margaritas.
We have been in the Charleston Show for 3 years. 2019 will be our 4th year doing the Charleston Show, and it's every January. And this is the first year for the Chattanooga Show, but it has the potential. It is going to grow big because we got this, and everybody's so excited about this show.
It's unbelievable.
So we only have 2 shows, but it's 2 different times in the year.
Right. And talking about American Digger magazine, that's a good segue. Let's run their ad now. If you want to keep up with what's going on in the metal detecting world, then you need to be a subscriber to American Digger magazine. Butch and Anita Holcomb are the publishers of the magazine and have won awards for 3 straight years for being the best digger magazine on the market. American Digger magazine is available in both print and digital formats, so no matter where you live in the world, you can enjoy the latest happenings in the hobby. You can get in touch with American Digger magazine by going to americandigger.com or give them a call at 770-362-8671 and be sure and tell them that you heard it on Relics Radio. Now, I waited till Anita got on to run that commercial because I am old enough to know.
I appreciate that.
I'm old enough to know which side you butter the bread. Do what, Anita?
That's right.
That's right. This
is why you're such a role model for me, Lloyd.
That's a really nice commercial.
Thank you. Y'all got
Yes, well done, friend. Well done.
You like them licks, don't you? That's what you like.
I like them hot licks, man. You just amazed me with that guitar playing. Good Lord. I thought I could play guitar, and I heard you, and I'm like, nap, you got it. You got this.
Hey, Butch, tell everybody
to play guitar.
What's that?
Oh, I said we still need to play sometime together, play guitar.
Yeah, me and Britton's never played before. We started naming these songs. It's like some of them we both do that song. It's like, yeah, we'll do that. So we can do it.
I've been playing since I was 9. I don't know if you've known that, but
what's that?
I've been playing since I was 9 years old.
Well, we're going to get the band together then, ain't we?
That sounds like a good idea.
Get the band back together.
I feel like the odd man out.
The only thing I can play is Native American flute. That's the only thing I can play. But I mean, hey, I can get in.
Man.
I can't even clap my hands in time. I'm the odd man out here, guys.
You're in rough shape, Heath.
I'm serious.
Boy, I got a wide pride moment that you're really going to appreciate, and probably only the guitarist out there can appreciate it. But I hadn't been playing in front of people in years, and I've gotten lazy just sitting down playing. And so I went to an open mic a couple of weeks ago. So they pulled out the kind of stool, that I'd prefer to sit on, and I got up on that stool and climbed up on it. Hadn't done one in a long time now. And suddenly, I couldn't hold my guitar because my belly was pushing it too far away from me, and I couldn't hit the chords. They had to give me a little low chair so I could reach my guitar. It was pitiful. They suggested a strap next time. I think that's what will happen. And sprained the leg getting off of the stool, too, so I even played till I got hurt. So, all part of wide pride.
Well, that's how come I renamed my lap steel my knee steel, because I can't keep it in my lap no more.
That's right. Oh.
That happens when you get older.
Oh.
Hey, Scott.
Britton and I were hunting one day, and I was getting out of the car, and I was making what I call the sounds of my father. Britton says, "What are those sounds you're making?" Y'all getting old, Britton.
Hey, guys,
what was that?
Somebody that is looking at the chat, and I don't know if Scott wants to do this or if Heath wants to do it. Jeff did it last week. Give a shirt away. Just pick somebody out or close your eyes and run up and down, scroll up and down and find somebody to give a shirt. And they're going to be able to pick a Relics Radio T-shirt, a History Seekers T-shirt, an American Digger Magazine T-shirt, or a Wide Pride T-shirt.
Oh,
man.
Competition here.
Why aren't we ever eligible for that? Jeez.
I know, right? I feel like I can't say that. I got my history.
We got ours.
God, are going to be.
Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
Gonna be
we appreciate the good work.
Yeah, we do. We got our Relics Radio T-shirts and love them. I mean, they do a great job.
They're great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I've done washed mine twice, and it didn't shrink none. So, I mean, it's a good shirt.
Go. Yeah, I got my History Seeker shirt in today. Actually, I just wore it today. So.
Oh, cool. Hey, and if you guys don't have any, you can make sure you get them right there and not even have to wait on them if you come to the Relic Show.
Right.
They're going to have a table set up.
Make them right there. Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to have a table set up right there close to where we're going to do the broadcast. My understanding, Butch, is that right?
You, Heath. Right next to you. Yes. Y'all are all going to be down there, and it's just going to be a great place to hang out. Right, folks, as you come in the main door and go into the main hall, the place is huge. So just kind of bear to your left, and you'll see a little a huge cubby hole there, and that's where all the remote broadcasts will be set up. And
right there,
the T-shirts and all that. Yes, there'll
and
be
we're going to
artwork on the wall. It's right there.
And we're going to have the Treasure Mountain booth set up there with Mind Lab as well. Debbie's going to be there for Mind Lab with us. So you're going to be able to get. She's going to have some swag and stuff to give away, I believe, too. I don't know how much she's got. Probably not as much as sometimes, but be sure to get there early. What time are y'all going to open the doors, Butch, to the public so everybody can get there early?
We're going to do a ribbon cutting at 9 a.m. The mayor's going to cut the ribbon for our inaugural show, and then it's open to the public right after that, and we're there till 5 on Saturday until 3 on Sunday.
And that's Eastern time, is that right?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's real
9 o'clock
time.
Eastern. Well, y'all are backwards, man. Y'all are a bunch of savages over there, man. Y'all make me get up and an extra hour early.
Yeah, Brian.
You have to get up early to come here.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and that's Eastern time, too.
It is. And see, I thought about just driving to Cookeville and staying the night where I don't have to get up so early. So, and then Seven could just meet me in Cookeville.
Yeah.
Hey, you got, of course, Butch, you and Anita, y'all can't see the chat, but why is everybody guessing my birthday? Did Scott?
Don't look at me. This is one time I'm pretty sure I was innocent.
Seven's birthday. I guess it's because we're supposed to pick a winner for something, and I didn't know who was supposed to pick it.
Sure.
But, how about pick some? I've never seen. I'm just gonna pick somebody since there ain't nobody jumping up. Somebody I had never seen in the chat for. Madison, Maine. I've never seen that person in chat, or at least on our show. Oh. And I know some of these other folks have won shirts. Madison, Maine. How about that one right there? Well, it could be. I don't know.
Good job,
Congratulations, Madison.
Congratulations, Madison. You're the winner.
Congratulations, Madison.
Hey,
I don't
Madison.
know who you are, but welcome to the show.
Yeah, he's been on our show.
Videos.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Seven may take it back. 1776 is your birthday, right?
Whoa!
Hey, Madison.
Yeah, I might want to look for you for research.
Look for what, Britton?
I might want to look to you for research.
That's right.
Why do you think I hooked up with him, metal detected?
Well, I didn't hunt Civil War relics until they stopped fighting. I waited
That's
in
right.
the
It was too dangerous. You tell them.
I waited in the woods till they put the guns down, and then I went in. Hey, Madison, if you will email me your address and shirt size to diggingwith7, that's spelled out, then I will get that to Ken Guthrie. In fact, I'll put my email in the chat here. But just send me all of your information, and we will get that out to you. Probably Monday, I think, is whenever they send them out. But congratulations, good job, Heath.
Yeah. Hey, and I expect to see Madison on History Seekers in the chat now. I'm just saying, it come with strings.
And Relic Roundup.
Yeah, and Relic Roundup. So, that shirt, now you got to listen to 3 shows. No pressure.
That's right. You need the other 2 now.
And you got
the whole set.
Hey, Madison, you got your choice between 4 shirts. Relics Radio, American Digger Magazine, History Seekers, or Wide Pride. And I've seen you. I don't think you can wear a Wide Pride.
No, he said a medium.
Oh,
they don't even make them in Wide Pride, do they? Do they make medium
There ain't
Wide
no
Pride?
medium pride. There is no medium pride. There's Wide Pride.
If they make a medium pride, I might have to reconsider Ken's his membership to the Wide Pride Club. That's sacrilege right there. Ken and Mark do a good job.
They do an excellent job on those shirts. Give them another plug there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, everybody is going to start listening to Relics Radio just to hear the new Detectives commercial each week.
Now, don't forget,
you better believe it.
Jeff Ford is the voice behind this, so we got to give Jeff Ford the most credit out of it. So.
That's right.
I may get a copy of that and just give to y'all, or just play on our show and give y'all credit for it too.
I'll just do it at random times. Just at random times.
That was worth the price of admission, and admission was free. So what does that say? I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we could get Plugmaster Ford to come down to Chattanooga and do all that live for us. He is a great guy, though. We've hunted with him.
Man of 1,000 voices.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, sure is. Yeah, I would love to see him down in Chattanooga. I mean, it would be great. And, of course, he put out the videos where he was lip singing to all the Relic videos. And I hadn't seen one in a little while. I mean, of course, they were great. What happened to them?
He started.
I've never seen them.
Oh man, you've got to see him lip sync. Plugmaster Ford lip sync number 2. He does me and Jeff, and it is absolutely hilarious.
No.
Yes.
Plugmaster
He did one of me
PLUG.
too.
Yeah, he's on YouTube, and it is absolutely the funniest thing that you will ever hear in your
Oh
life.
my gosh, I got to hear it. He do me.
He did one of me too. It was so funny.
I'm ashamed if he didn't do one of me. Plugmaster, if you didn't do one of me, man, hey, kind of a big deal.
Your southern accent would make everybody laugh.
Hush your mouth.
Hey, guys, we got one more commercial we need to put in for Murray Branch Outdoors, and we'll be right back. If your passion is metal detecting, then you know how much your success is based on the equipment you use. Let my buddy Tim Henderson of Murray Branch Outdoors in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, help you with that. Tim is an authorized dealer of Garrett, XP Deus, Tesoro, and macro detectors and supplies, and he is now an authorized dealer for MineLab. So, if you're looking to get your hands on the new Equinox 600 or 800, then Tim is your guy. Murray Branch Outdoors is not only competitive in their prices, but the service after the sale is second to none. Tim not only sells detectors, he uses them, and so he can answer any questions you might have. Murray Branch Outdoors also deals in used detectors, and he'll take your old detector in on trade when you decide to upgrade. So give Tim of Murray Branch Outdoors a call at 615-948-4611 and be sure and tell him Relics Radio sent you. And Tim is a great guy. We've hunted with Tim and Ron. Go ahead, Butch.
I was going to ask, is he going to have a table there?
I don't think.
Is he got a table there?
I
don't think so. Henderson.
It's not too late. It's not too late, Tim, if you're not.
No, it's not.
I see you're in the chat.
Hey, Tim, give Dita a call. Can you, or call Heath, or call the show even. We still, despite all the number of tables we have in there, this place is huge. We imagine we can probably fit 400 tables in there. So it's a little over half full right now, but we'll be taking applications for the tables all the way up till opening on Saturday, although it'd be better if we knew a little earlier, but that goes for anybody that wants to set up. If you got metal detectors to sell, if you got relics to sell, if you just want to put together a display, because we're actually giving away trophies, well, actually plaques, but we give it away for best artifact, best dug artifact, best non-dug artifact, best of show, and most educational. And so, even if you don't want to sell anything, hey, those American Digger plaques look awfully good hanging on the wall.
Well, I was hoping he'd set up a table in case we sell out of Equinoxes. Maybe he'll have some to sell too, and that way more people can buy them.
I got a feeling that Equinox is going to be a hot item there, and
we're
honestly,
going to have several of them there.
At this point, I don't know how many metal detector dealers we have, but we don't have enough. So Heath, Treasure Mountain, and all you guys that do deal detectors that come to the show, you're going to have a field day, man, because most of the people there are going to have artifacts set up, either for sale or display or books. But, metal detectors probably, I don't know, I'd say we've got less than 5 dealers there.
Yeah.
Maybe not that many.
Yeah, y'all need to come.
Don't miss out.
Yeah, we'll sell. I guarantee you, we'll probably sell out of Equinoxes. So we're bringing a few. But if you guys have been waiting to get one and just don't want to put your hands on one, or just wanted to put your hands on it first, we're going to have some displays set up too. So y'all be sure to come and check them out and see. He says he's got some 600s. Bring them, Tim. Get you a table, brother. I'm telling you, you will always do well at these shows.
I don't think you'd regret it, Tim, or anyone else that's listening out there. Usually when a detector dealer does a show like this, used to you rarely saw detectors at these shows, but more and more are coming around because they find out that the people that are coming to these shows, most of them are diggers.
Yeah.
And you show them the latest in detectors, they're going to walk out of there with something.
You know, and I make a lot of contacts at these shows too, Butch. That
yes,
they may not. I mean, because a lot of time people don't bring a few $100s with them to buy a detector, but sometimes they do. But you know, I make contacts that I sell people detectors throughout the year that I've made contacts with at your show. So it's very, very beneficial. No matter what you're selling, to go to these shows. I can tell you personally.
Absolutely. Well, you know, and it's one thing to buy from somebody over the internet that you may know from, you know, Facebook or whatever, but may never have met in person, versus actually going to the show and buying directly from the dealer. There's just something nice about doing that. It's it's kind of like a handshake and a smile type transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see all the bottle tables. See, that's what I'm trying to get into, is a little bit of bottle digging. And then that's one thing it's eluded me, is a Civil War bottle.
Is that Jeff saying that?
Yep, that's me.
Yeah.
And then I've dug holes neck deep. And then
you are going to be tickled. You're going to be tickled, Pete, because the biggest bottle dealer in the Southeast is going to be, I believe, the next block of tables beside yours. So,
Lloyd, bring your checkbook, buddy. I'll pay you back someday.
Well, Peter just corrected me. She said it's a lot of China too, but I know they have a lot of Doug bottles too. I've seen that too there. So, you know, but there will be bottles there for sure. Some of them are empty, but that's okay. Even empty bottles are good if they're old.
Oh yeah. Well, if we can find one full now, that's even better. We may go in together and buy that one.
I think that'll have to be beyond the property of the show hall. But hey, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Hey, and you know what? Make this a field day. Anybody that's wanting to come, because within 100 yards of the show hall is a Bass Pro Shop. Kill two birds with one. Come to our show first, though, and spend your money, and then go to Bass Pro and look around.
Yeah, take out a credit card over at Bass Pro then.
That's right.
Hey, you know, there's always stuff at these shows too. I see guys that are collectors and diggers too, going to these shows, and they bring their wives, and their wives usually find stuff too, because there's inevitably antiques, and I've seen jewelry at some of these shows, antique jewelry, all kinds of stuff like that. And like Connie the other day, we were watching a historical type show, and she saw those old onion bottles, Butch, and she asked me, she said, "You ever find any of those?" I said, "No, I wish I did."
They're cool.
But I was telling her about how that y'all actually had some at the South Carolina show last time I was there, and she was like, well, "I'd like to go see that." So don't be afraid to bring your wives to this show either, guys, and tell them about it, because I guarantee you they'll find something they like there. I promise you that.
Well, see, I tried to talk mine into going to Cookville and staying the night, and then I told her she could go shopping while I went to the Relic show, but I may take her to the Relic show with me. So.
There you go.
Scott, you going to bring Heather? You going to draft Heather into coming?
No, that's a negative. She's gonna be doing her acting thing that she does as a hobby. So she lets me do my metal detecting thing, and she does her acting thing, and we're good.
I understand.
I'm going to throw a bone. I'm going to throw a bone out though to all the women that I know. A lot of the women metal detect, but the ones that don't, who are just coming just to please their husbands. Okay, this is all a Civil War show, military show, artifact show. But we have one dealer there that not only is going to have some Civil War artifacts, they're also going to be offering free makeovers, Mary Kay makeovers. So come to us if you're bored. We'll point you to their table, and the guys can shop Civil War stuff, and the women can stick around and get made up. How about that?
That is not the Treasure Mountain table.
That is not the.
We will start a fund. We will start a fund of if we can get $100 to pay the dealer, and we'll give we might give half of it to charity or all of it to charity if they agree. If we get $100 up, I think we ought to get Heath made up. But we'll just have to make $500. That's a scary price.
Hey, Butch.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're on a mission, ain't we, Scott?
We are. Butch, repeat that again. My wife's right here right now. So Here, she's online right now.
You repeat it, Anita.
Okay. In addition to all the relics and artifacts and history on display, there will be one dealer there who will have Mary Kay products. And she can make you up, give you samples to try out. It's going to be something for the ladies.
We thought this through, folks. This is a win-win.
Yeah, they're going to have makeovers.
Oh, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see how Heath comes out of this.
Hey, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Lloyd, you're like me. You're kind of long in the tooth, so you will get the senior discount at the makeup table.
Oh, well, I was wanting the American Digger Magazine Award for being the oldest living relic at the show.
Oh, you
1776, you will be.
Hey, Scott, what you're like me. This is your first relic show.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to seeing or finding or experiencing there?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm relatively new at actually now the Heath makeover is number one on my list. But besides that, I would say just getting to look at in person at a lot of these relics that I have seen in some of the books that I've bought from Butch and other places. But you see them in these black and white pictures. A lot of them are black and white pictures, and I'm just looking forward to browsing through the Civil War relics. And I mean, there's Heath kind of alluded to it earlier. There's so many things that you find that are mangled or dirty or doesn't look at all like like what you would think a Civil War relic would look like, and then you find out later it was a Civil War relic because you've never, you just haven't seen one.
That's right.
Yeah. What about?
I think the Relic Show. The Relic Show is the only place where I've been able to hold 3 CS buckles in one hand.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Hey, speaking of CS buckles, another big attraction that's going to be at this show is the Bill Blackman Confederate buckle collection is going to be on display. Now, this guy, he's a doctor from Dalton, and people that go to the shows have seen his display, but he has probably, I'm going to guess, in excess of 200 Confederate belt buckles, all different and almost all of them in mint condition. You want to learn about Confederate belt buckles, he's the guy to talk to. Going to be the most you ever see in one place, probably.
Man, I think I seen that in the American Digger magazine. You had some pictures of that.
I think we have had pictures of his collection. Now, he's found a lot relic hunting, but he's only found maybe 2 or 3 Confederate buckles in his life. But a lot of his stuff was bought, which is a challenge in its own right to actually find a rare artifact to purchase that's in mint condition. That's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm still looking for my first one, so I mean, I've been hunting a
lot of the shows that Bill Blackman's been to, he wins the best of show.
Yeah, if you're after best of show, he's going to be your competition, or he usually is.
Well, yeah, I can see why. Yeah,
everybody likes the CS stuff. There's no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, Confederate stuff is it's a lost nation or lost cause, whatever you want to call it. It's one of those things that's it's never coming back, and the artifacts, there weren't that many to begin with because they didn't make that much stuff in the South. They didn't have the industry, so all of it's rare, and to find it in mint condition is just very, very rare. And that's where you'll see the bigger price tags on stuff too, incidentally.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, Britton, coming from a photojournalist background myself, I can see all kind of filming opportunities, can't you?
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. I'm going to be making a video of the show. I've been busy actually with my landscaping job, so I haven't been able to put out too many videos. I'm actually putting out one tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of filming at the show. That's for sure. So. Yeah,
we are too, and we're going to dedicate one video just to the show. Of course, be tied up quite a bit
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be tied up quite a bit with the broadcast and everything. I'm just looking forward to the whole experience.
You will love it. Being a relic hunter and loving Civil War stuff, I mean, there's more than just Civil War here, but if you're a Civil War relic hunter, you will fall in love with going to the shows. It won't be the only one you ever go to.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I'm bringing my
to watch a couple. What's that?
I said I'm bringing my metal detector with me, Butch. I've already got...
Well, now, Brenton, we've talked a little bit. You're on the American Digger staff, and people helping with American Digger stuff. We have talked about possibly getting up a hunt for Monday, so we're going to see what happens.
Oh, sweet!
Wouldn't that be sweet? Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, we may have to drive back down there.
Just don't leave, man. Just don't leave.
I gotta leave, but I can always come back.
Well, see, I talked to Heath about we could go prospecting while we were there, and then we could do a little bit of relic hunting too. So,
yeah. Well, we're getting out tomorrow, actually, doing some relic hunting. The pregame hunt.
Yeah.
This show hunt, I need to give the address of that to people. We're calling it the Chattanooga Artifact Show, but it's actually at Camp Jordan Arena, which is in East Ridge, Tennessee. It's the number one exit as you come into Georgia, or as you come into Tennessee from Georgia. So if you're going north, it'd be the last exit for you, I guess, coming south, Lloyd. But the address is Camp Jordan Arena, 323 Camp Jordan Parkway, East Ridge, Tennessee. And the road that runs right by there, which is, what's the name of this, Ringo?
This is Ringgold Road.
Ringold Road is the old wartime road. So you're right here on top of the Civil War action. One of the people that's helping us with the show is actually camping at one of the campgrounds nearby, and the campgrounds has cannons out front because that was one of the battle emplacements.
I put that address in the chat, so...
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Can we relic hunt the campsite?
We don't know about that yet. They're going to find out. The guy, the metal detectors, he said they're real proud of their grass, but the rest of it, I'm not sure. So he's going to find out. But I need to throw these phone numbers out here, too. If someone is wanting a last-minute table or something or wants to call and find out more about the show, call these phone numbers, either one of them, 770-362-8671 or 716-574-0465. And either one of those will get you somebody connected with the show, and we can tell you all about what's going on.
Awesome.
Heath, y'all talk for a little bit, and I'll put those in the chat.
Yeah, I missed them, boy. I was trying to type and listen at the same time.
I give Tim Henderson Anita's cell phone number, so Anita, watch your cell phone. Tim may be calling you. I was texting him. So
that's all right. That's all right. We can fix them up that way.
We got old Barb. She got them in there.
Barb's on top of stuff, guys. Listen, I meant to tell you, y'all.
You good?
She is in there. You won't even have to do anything. She's on it.
She beat you, boy.
Yes, she is.
Hey, another celebrity, Miss Barb.
Awesome.
Hey, we got number 11 coming on Sunday. Glenn is coming on Sunday, number 11 from Relic Radio.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is Barb going to be there?
Anything.
Yeah, Barb's going to be there on Saturday.
I think Matt Perdue's coming. Golly, I don't see Matt in the chat tonight, but I think he's coming. I've heard of a lot of people coming. I know our friend Jeff Gibbs is coming. JJ Holt. Man, we've got a ton of.
If you watch Antiques Roadshow, Raphael Elledge, who does the Civil War appraisals on there, he's got 5 tables, so he will be there with all kinds of goodies. And also a great time for you to bring your Civil War artifacts in and let him or anybody else take a look at them.
Oh, well, I'm going to bring that tongue I found a couple of days ago, and then let y'all look at it, and then I know Josh Tyree, he's coming in. Josh. Josh Tyree, and I'm sure Quindy Robertson. They may ride together.
Stewart's going to be there. Yep, probably Quindy. Quindy will probably be there. The Tennessee Trio, they always come down for these things.
Yeah.
Going to be a lot of folks, and the cool thing about it, like Lloyd said earlier, is you actually get to meet these people that you've conversed with on Facebook and all. So it's really a cool thing.
Yeah, the networking is where it's at, guys. I'm telling you, networking and meeting these folks and building friendships in person. you'll be invited to hunt. I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, you just can't beat it. I can't
absolutely.
It's a type of contact that you just can't get.
The next one. Heath, a good point is, if you're in business, you got a table there, bring plenty of business cards, because if they don't buy it while you're there, they're liable to call you later.
Absolutely. And two, have, a lot of people have business cards that dig too. Bring those with you guys, because sometimes you'll meet so many people you can't remember, or maybe you lose their name or number. Bring you cards with you too. That's always a good for networking. And guys, Butch, is there anybody going to be selling books and maps and stuff like that, there are at the other show?
Yeah,
because that's my favorite part.
Maps that probably will.
Mm-hmm.
We will. We have several book dealers. I'm not sure about map dealers, but there's somebody there selling them. The one that comes to mind is Ramsey's Books. Out of Virginia? Not sure where they're from, but they've got a huge selection of new and used books. And, you can find some real treasures in those Civil War used books sometimes.
A lot of out-of-print stuff. That's where, some of the out-of-print stuff, one of my books is one of my books that is out of print. And I mean, they want like $140 or $50 per book. For the, the one I'm talking about, Butch, and it shall not be talked about, but I got that book for the whole set for $100 at one of those shows. Right. So I mean, you can get some incredible deals. You know which one? It shall not be talked about.
The secret treasure map book. Yes.
Yeah, that book. That book. The treasure map book.
You've been holding back on me then, Heath.
No,
that's what it sounds like, Scott.
The one that shall not be talked about. You've seen the book and you've seen the pictures and the maps I've taken from it.
You've been holding the treasure locations out.
Now's a good time to talk about it.
Well, now listen, Scott gets on to me about sharing too much sometimes, and
that's right.
I do give a lot of information out, but now this one's one I shall not talk about. But if you know about the book, let me just say you need the book, and if you don't have it, you need to get it. But finding those type of books, you can get at these shows and not have to pay the massive prices. Like, seriously, I mean, some of these books are $200 that are out of print online, through Amazon. And that's why I hadn't bought it yet. And Steve Phillips bought it for me and give it to me as a gift. So, and it was autographed by the original author as well. So
that sounds like a great gift.
Yeah.
And he's just holding it up to the microphone right now so everyone can see what the book is. But if your computer does not have that capacity, you won't know.
I'm stroking it like a pet cat.
I think Steve Phillips, when he gave it to you, said, "Here, I've already hunted all these places, but here you go."
I think you're right.
Well, I think I see KGC written on the side of it. So,
it's a good one that if you hunt in Georgia, you need. But anyway,
yep, I've got it.
You probably know the series I'm talking about. So
I do.
This shall not be talked about.
Yeah.
I used to read and research, and now I just hang around with Heath and Loy and all them, and I don't have to. I bottom feed.
Well, I ain't got the book, but I can still remember most of it.
That's why I like you, Loy. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Butch, are there going to be any classes this time, or is that something maybe we can look for next time? Because that was a lot of fun.
We may add them, but this one has been such a whirlwind without them, and we didn't really have a good place to give them that we did not put the classes. Sadly, what we've seen at a lot of shows is people get so excited with actually the give and take between dealers and looking at the artifacts and holding the stuff, negotiating whatever, talking metal detectors. They never find time to go to the classes anyway. Very few people go to them. But that does not mean we won't have them.
Hey guys,
I was gonna say, when we did that bone hunt, me and you did those classes. Yep. That was a heck of a lot of fun.
Now, that was one example. Now you got a ton of people on yours. They had my time listed wrong, and I had 2 people in my class.
Yeah,
I was so ashamed. We just sat there and played tiddlywinks, told jokes, had a good old time.
Hey guys, we got a call that came in. Woody Jones, how you doing, Woody?
Well, hello.
Hey, Lloyd. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? Hey, Butch, how are y'all? Britton, I don't know if he's still on there or not. Hey, I'm saying, hey, guys. All right, I got a question. It's kind of it'll be a little bit depressing, but with the age of social media and YouTube and everything that's going on these days, and that is a great blessing, but it's also a curse as well. I'm just wondering if people that are watching all these videos and want to go buy a detector and just go dig around and tear up everything and destroy possibly history and keep it to themselves. How do y'all feel about this? I mean,
well, I mean, I'll be the first to talk. On this issue, really, I've been very, very secretive with me filming, based on, location and everything. I try to, leave all my surroundings of the clips and everything as much as I can. Basically, and that's the reason, because I had one of my videos out where I found, a ton of Civil War bullets. I researched a ridge where they had unloaded a lot of the Union Army unloaded a lot of their rifles, and hunted that and found about 300 bullets up there. And I was recording the footage, and it showed a major river that was actually behind me in the footage. And so I think someone tracked that down, and when I came back, there were actually dig holes everywhere at my spot. So since then, I've kind of learned to keep my information quiet. But as to the new people out there, I think the ones that are getting into it, either they're going to go to, the most obvious spot and try to get permission and not really find too much, or, they'll learn over time and learn to, appreciate the artifacts that they're digging. It's really, really just depends on the person that's getting into it. Because, there are the good and the bad that are in the hobby. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, because I'm not going to mention any channels, but there's some channels got all these freaking viewers and blah, blah, blah. But I just wonder if people's going to, go out there and do something stupid, and that's kind of just, that was my whole question. And it's a great show tonight, guys. This is awesome. And I'll sit back and let somebody else call. And that's about all I got.
Hey, thanks, Woody.
I want to speak to that just real quick.
Thanks, Woody.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good. Oh, okay.
I want to speak to that real quick too. I think, and from a detector dealer standpoint, when you're talking to somebody new getting in the hobby, I think it's vitally important for us. It's our responsibility. Of course, you can't make people do right, but it's important that we kind of at least talk to them and mentor them just a little. The importance of making sure they cover their holes and getting permission and doing the right thing too. Us as dealers, because if they start banning the hobby, it hurts us. So it's part of our responsibility. I feel like too. And you can't be over. I mean, some people just going to do wrong. It don't matter what you do, but I think it is important that we at least try, and the role models too. The people that they do look up to. I hate to refer to anybody as stars in metal detecting, because the general public don't know who any of us are. I don't care how popular your channel is or anything else, or even TV show. Right. But
yes, sir.
We need to be role models to some of these people and kind of, at least give them the information, do the right thing. And Mark with FDMAC, I know those guys are doing a lot to try to put on classes to help people learn the proper way of digging plugs and stuff like that too. So
that's great.
Hey, Butch. Butch, you want to weigh in on that?
I think Butch probably sleeping, ain't you, Butch? Are you sleeping yet? You ain't sleeping yet, are you, Butch?
Are we still there?
Yeah.
No, the FMDAC, which is the Federation of Metal Detecting and Archaeological Clubs, actually has a block of tables set up at this show, and they're the ones that stay on top of not only the laws concerning metal detecting, but also the ethics of it. And Mark is actually on a crusade of somewhat right now on teaching people how to dig properly. They're actually not at this show, but at some of the other events, they're actually conducting classes in how to properly dig a hole, get the artifact out without damaging it, and fill it back in. And as simple as that sounds, well, little things like that is what will make or break this hobby, and it always has.
Yes, sir.
The biggest way to get banned on a property is to leave holes, and that's been true.
Yep.
I've been in this since the late 60s, and even back then, that was the number one reason you would hear, I can't let you out here because the last guy left big holes everywhere.
This was the late 1860s, right, Butch?
That's right. This was the This was about the time Lloyd was in his middle ages.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Hey, Scott, Scott, you want to weigh in?
1800s.
Yeah, I just, I'll tell you the responsibility of the YouTube channel owners, like Heath said, star. We use the term stars loosely because any one of us, even KG and Ringy walking into a store or my place of work, nobody would know who they were, even though they were on the History Channel. So, but the or Discovery Channel, whichever one they were on. But I think whenever I first started getting into the metal detecting, it was because of those channels, because of those YouTube channels. That's what kind of got me interested in doing it. But the channels I was watching, they were being very responsible, and they were talking about cutting the holes right and all of this. And so I kind of picked up on that as I was watching the show, the YouTube channels, and I mimicked that whenever I got out there. So I think it's just a responsibility of the content producers to do it right, and people will mimic it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
That's been one of Mark's arguments is people see it on them. They see somebody bad on YouTube leave a hole or throw a piece of junk on the ground, and they think it's okay because they saw it on YouTube. And
exactly.
Unfortunately, not everybody's responsible. There is something that has been around since the dawn of detecting called the Metal Detecting Code of Ethics. And if you look it up online, you will find it. There's a few variations, but basically what it boils down to is respect and treat the property right in the property owner. Close gates, cover holes. The caller said one thing, and I may have misunderstood him, and that's easy for me because I'm kind of hard of hearing, but he was talking about people also destroying history and also digging history and hiding it away. Now, maybe I misunderstood him on that, but that's one thing.
No, sir. Yes, sir. But that's actually what I said. Yeah. I mean, hiding something that could be invaluable to American history, and they just, try to pocket the sell it, or, think I found this and this is not going to sell this without even showing it to somebody that's legit, to an archaeologist or something. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Butch. Can you hear me, Butch?
I'm having trouble hearing you, but what I was getting at is, okay, I hear that from archaeologists a lot. Metal detectors dig stuff up, they hide it away in their closet, nobody ever knows it. If you come to this show, you're going to see more displays than you will ever see at an archaeologist convention, where items are usually put in the basement of universities or sent to Florida.
Hidden away from everybody. Yeah, just hidden away from the general public.
Stuff here. And so anybody that wants to see if that's true or not needs to come to this show and then make your own conclusions. And also, as far as the destroying history, the biggest destruction I see right now is not done with metal detectors and shovels. It's done with bulldozers. And yes, the best thing somebody can do is if there's a construction site and they will let you in it, you need to metal detect it and save that stuff, because then you are truly rescuing it from being destroyed forever. Need to have something to do with it.
Yes, sir, because Seven and Jeff has videos. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Anita.
Okay. Just playing Relics, a lot of metal detecting clubs will set up at like county fairs and libraries and stuff like that, just to show what they found and share it with the public. But you don't see archaeologists doing that.
Oh no, because
this is the problem we have with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because that's going into a museum, like you said, in the basement, and it's never going to be seen by the public eye. Maybe 10 or 12 years later, and that's about it. But like Seven and Jeff, there's.
The only things you see that end up.
Okay.
The only things you see that end up in museums are museum quality pieces, and think about how many museum quality pieces you dig up metal detected. It's not very. Most museums don't want what we find, sadly.
Right.
Hey,
Woody. That's the sad thing about it. But that's the sad thing about it, though, because there's a lot of stuff that we find that would be museum quality pieces, like Mr. Jeff, your militia buckle that you found. Mm-hmm. And I have to put that in there, sir, because that is a heck of a find.
Well, thank you, Woody.
That is
that
awesome,
two-piece buckle I saw on YouTube on Facebook.
Yes, sir, it is. Yep.
Oh, my gosh, Jeff, I didn't know you found that. Jeez, what a find.
Well, thank you.
You got to send us a picture of that, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, you'll see it Saturday. I'm going to bring it with me, so.
Oh, speaking of which, I also want to tell everybody, come by the American Digger table. Charlie Harris will be set up right next to the American Digger table, and he will be taking photographs for the magazine. So if you've got anything you want to see in the magazine, especially recently dug items, let Charlie take a picture of it.
Oh, Butch, I tell you what, Butch, that buckle that Jeff found, sir, that should be on the cover of the next month's edition, because that is an incredible find. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe you should donate it to the museum.
I saw that picture. I didn't even realize it was Jeff, but I saw that picture, and I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, Butch, I didn't even know what I had at first. I thought it was pre-Civil War, and then I was like, well, it was Civil War. And I found it at it was a general, Confederate general lived in this house. And then, of course, his parents built this house. And then, but anyway, we'll talk more about it when I see you. And then we'll talk more about what we found.
I definitely want to see that. That is cool. Yeah. Actually, it is a little bit pre-war. Even probably 1850s or so, or I'm not sure.
The way 1845 to 1860s is what I've seen.
Okay.
But there's several different stories behind this little this tongue. So getting to the right story, I mean, you know how you get a relic that's that old. The only person that really knows is the person that had it.
That's right.
1850s, 1840s.
That's what's true of all these relics. The experts are all dead. There's no experts anymore. You'll see a lot of people at this show that know a lot of stuff, but any of them that are honest will tell you, well, the experts were the guys that made or used this equipment.
That's right.
Hey,
and then, of course, hopefully we can find the wreath that goes with it.
Oh, yes, sir.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Especially since it's a home place, the whole belt may have gotten thrown away. Now, I'll tell you a sad thing, though, if you're on and you guys probably already know this, but if you're on a battlefield or campground, a lot of times, if on a two-piece buckle, if the wreath or the buckle itself fell off, until they could get something else to hold their equipment up with, they would actually tie the belt. So sometimes you only find one or the other.
Okay.
Huh.
But at a house site, there's a good chance the whole thing's there.
Hey, Woody, thanks for the call. Great question.
Thank you, Woody.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
We'll see you Saturday, Woody.
All right, hey, Joe, I'll say one thing. I didn't want to call you out about that buckle, but, man, that's a great find, my friend. That's a great find.
That's a killer find, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, have a good night.
All right, thanks, Woody.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, I'm going to have to go, too. I've got 1% on my phone, so it's probably going to die in the next, second or so.
Okay, just give us your parting comments, then. We're fixing to close show out anyway.
All righty. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for the show again, guys. Good.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Britton, we'll see you
Saturday.
We'll see you Saturday, and then we'll see you August 9th.
See you.
Yes, for sure.
We'll talk to you August 9th.
Okay.
And me and Scott will see you in the morning.
That's right.
Yeah, yep, that's true.
Scott, what do you got to say before we go?
Well, the only thing I want to say is, this may get us off on another 5-minute branch here, but I just wanted to say that and Butch, I wanted you to hear this too. I watched, again, I've seen it before, but I watched this past weekend, Gone with the Wind. And many, there's a lot of guys out there that think this is a chick flick, because it's a romance and all that. It's really not a romance. It is a ode to and a story of the Old South dying and how the trials that happened, during the war and immediately after the war. And there's so many historical little tidbits in that's actually really accurate in the timelines that happen. One of the Confederate officers rides up and says they're cutting off the McDonough Road. I mean, little things like that. And you owe it to yourself, if you go Civil War hunting, to go out and watch this movie again and look at it through the lens of a historic drama.
Think of it this way, Scott. Margaret Mitchell when she wrote that book, there were still a lot of veterans alive. And there were a lot of old-timers that were there when the soldiers came through. And she drew on a lot of those actual facts to do that book.
Yeah.
And so that's why you'll find them in there. Now, I'll tell you a little bit of trivia. This is getting off on a tangent. Good Lord, this is a different show. But the hospital scene where it showed all the Confederates laying there and they were stretching their arms
the train
up
yard.
in the air.
Yeah.
That was done with, I'm guessing it's a number here. I know I'll get it wrong, but it was like 25 or maybe 50 extras laying on the ground, and they each, as they were laying there, had a dummy next to them with a little rod where they could raise the dummy's arm as well as their own.
Yeah.
That's how they got so many soldiers in that scene that were moving.
I have heard that before, and I'm going to tell you that's one of the most iconic moments in that movie when Scarlett O'Hara walks out into that train yard, and there's all these Confederate wounded and dead laying there, or dying laying there, in the Battle of Atlanta. I mean, you guys owe yourself, to watch this movie again, and it'll make that next bullet you dig just a little bit more significant.
And I guarantee you, when you watch it, you look at every soldier's equipment, don't you?
I did.
Every buckle, every musket. I had in my collection one time, and I sold it because it's something I bought and, wound up selling later. I wish I'd kept it, but I actually had a reproduction CSA that was used and made in that movie.
Oh, cool.
Or in that movie. Now, I've heard that some of the equipment they used was actually original, and I don't have any doubt about that because back then you could still buy that stuff as surplus from Bannerman's, especially the Yankee stuff.
Yeah, it'd be the equivalent of us buying World War II surplus.
Yeah. I mean, you could buy that. You could buy that a lot cheaper than you could buy a repro because back then there weren't many repros except what was made for Hollywood, the Confederate stuff, because it's always been rare.
Right.
So, Yeah. Now, neat trivia, good movie. I've seen it about 6 or 7 times myself.
Yeah,
and see, unfortunately, I've never seen it, and then now I'm wanting to go rent the movie now and watch.
Oh, you got to see it, man. You got to see it.
Mark Hoover says Loy's in the movie, so I've got to.
Was he that old cougar?
He was the old guy. Yeah, that's right.
God, Loy, I'm on your side.
I hear that you are.
I'm on your side.
I'm that one that the lady said, I don't know nothing about burping no babies. I was coming at that
time. And that's when Loy first made it in the movies.
That's right. Hey, Butch, you got any parting words for us here tonight?
Just for everybody to come up to East Ridge, Tennessee. One exit down from Georgia, one exit up from Georgia, and I believe one exit down from Chattanooga. It is right on the interstate, man. You get off the exit, you'll see a Chick-fil-A right in front of you. You just go straight right by the Chick-fil-A. You'll see a Bass Pro Shop on the left. Follow that road, and it's right down there on the right. You cannot miss it. It's at Camp Jordan Arena, 323 Camp Jordan Parkway in East Ridge, Tennessee. And we are really looking forward to meeting everybody down there. I guarantee if you come to this show, you're going to have a good time.
And I'm going to tell you something.
Spread the word.
If you are a historian or you metal detect or you listen to all these shows, you need to come because you're going to get to meet all the people that you watch their videos. You're going to get to meet the people that you listen to their podcast, and it's just going to be a great time. And what have you got to say, Heath?
Man, I tell you what, going to the Relic shows was the best thing I ever did. I thought, man, I ain't gonna do that because I've never bought a relic, guys. All the relics I have is stuff that I found. However, I have found stuff that, like Scott said earlier, I would not have known what it was had I not been to one of these shows. You owe it to yourself, even if you don't collect relics, to come to a show. And there's just so much there. And like I said, the camaraderie, meeting the folks, and there'll be a lot of folks from the chat room there. And I guarantee you think we have fun on the show? Get all of us together. throw in a few of the listeners too, man. It's going to be a good time. I may even tell some of my inside jokes, like that's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Heath, are you going to bring that book?
Nah, the book's at the house. That's like under lock and key, you know.
I guarantee you this is the most fun you'll ever have with your clothes on. That's all I can say about it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
What about you, Jeff? What do you got to say before we close the show out tonight?
Jeff's ashamed of us old farts.
Well, no, I'm not ashamed. I'm catching up pretty quick. So every day I'm catching up with you. So, but I appreciate everybody in the comment section and all the listeners. And I'll see the people at Chattanooga come Saturday that's going to be there. So, and then thanks Butch, Heath, and Scott for being on the show.
And Britton, too.
Yeah, Britton. And then thanks for Woody calling in. So. But yeah, it's been a great show.
It has, and I want to say to Butch and to Scott and to Heath and to Jeff and everybody that's in the chat and everybody that'll listen to the archives and everybody that's going to be at the show and everything. We certainly do appreciate all of you guys. And if you like podcasts like this, be sure and check out Beyond Sight and Sound on Sunday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Check out American Digger Relic Roundup on Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. All Metal Mode Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. History Seekers Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. And then Hardcore Metal Detecting there on Thursday night and Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And obviously, we here at Relics Radio will be back next Thursday night at 8 o'clock. But we're going to, all three of these shows now, American Digger, Relic Roundup, History Seekers, and Relics Radio, are going to have special shows on Saturday. So look for that and don't miss it. And we'll see you Saturday or we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Relics Radio. We really do appreciate it. Be sure and join us live each Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern here on Spreaker. Or you can catch the archive show at Relics Radio on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, or iTunes. Please take a minute and hit the like button and be sure and follow us so that you'll get notifications of all of our upcoming broadcasts. You can also find us on YouTube at Digging with Seven or Tennessee Jeff, or you can check us out on our Relics Radio Facebook page. If you'd like to get in touch with us, then send an email to diggingwith7@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We hope you'll join us next Thursday night, and until then, get out there and dig some history.